Well, honky-tonks, it seems the Labour Party's glorious leader, Sir Keir Starmer, Knight of the Realm, champion of the working class and part-time contortionist, has finally tripped over his own halo and landed face first in a steaming pile of rebellion. And what a sight it is. 140 Labour MPs, 140, have signed a declaration saying they'll kick off like a herd of caffeinated donkeys if he dares push through more welfare cuts. That's not a revolt, that's a full-blown mutiny. Grab the popcorn, folks, because this is about to get juicy. Now, let's get one thing straight. Keir Starmer isn't exactly known for his spine of steel. This is the man who spent his entire premiership trying to please everyone except, apparently, his own party. He's been tiptoeing around like a nervous waiter in a room full of food critics, serving up half-baked policies and hoping nobody notices the taste of betrayal. But guess what, Keir? They've noticed. And they're not just spitting out the soup, they're flipping the table. These welfare cuts he's so keen on, I think it's 4.3 billion's worth, according to the Chancellor's spring statement, are like a punch in the face to the very people Labour's supposed to protect. We're talking about tightening the screws on disability benefits, making it harder for people who can barely get out of bed to claim a penny, and telling anyone under 22 they can forget about universal credit. Oh, and let's not forget about the personal independence payment, which they want to reserve for only the most disabled, as if anyone else is just faking it for the luxurious lifestyle of £6,300 a year. Who wouldn't want to live like that, eh? Caviar and champagne all round. But here's the thing, 140 MPs, over a third of his own parliamentary party, are saying, not on our watch, mate. They're not just whispering it in the corridors of Westminster, they're shouting it from the rooftops, or at least in letters to The Guardian, which is practically the same thing. They're calling these cuts the biggest attack on the welfare state since George Osborne, and trust me, when Labour MPs start comparing you to a Tory austerity poster boy, you're in deeper trouble than a vegan at a butcher's convention. So what's Starmer going to do? Is he going to back down, tail between his legs, and admit he's been caught with his hand in the poor box? Or is he going to double down, ram these cuts through, and risk his entire government imploding faster than a clown car at a demolition derby? Because, let's be honest, this isn't just about welfare. This is about whether Keir Starmer has the bottle to lead a party that's already sniffing the air for mutiny. You see, Labour's got a problem, and it's not just that their leader's about as inspiring as a soggy tea bag. It's that they are hemorrhaging trust faster than a sinking ship loses water. They got walloped in the local elections, lost 187 council seats, got trounced by Nigel Farage's reform in places like Runcorn and Doncaster. And why? Because people are sick of Labour promising one thing and delivering another. They voted for hope, for change, for a government that wouldn't kick the vulnerable while they're down. Instead, they got Starmer and Rachel thieves, balancing the books on the backs of disabled kids and pensioners. Bravo, Keir, truly the stuff of legends. Now, the MPs rebelling aren't just the usual suspects, your Diane Abbotts and John Trickett's, the ones who'd argue with a lamppost if it voted Tory. No, this is bigger. You've got centrists, newbies, and the 2024 intake, even some of the soft left who usually nod along like loyal Labradors. They're all saying the same thing. This isn't what we signed up for. One backbencher put it beautifully. There's a lot of people who have children with quite profound disabilities. The under 22 thing has caused quite a lot of concern. Translation, Keir, you're scaring the hell out of your constituents, and we're not going to sit here and clap like trained seals while you do it. And let's not kid ourselves. Starmer's majority might be big, but it's not bulletproof. If 140 MPs actually vote against him, or even abstain, it's not just a bad headline, it's a signal to every voter, every union, every activist that Labour's falling apart at the seams. The Tories are licking their lips, Reform probably printing new campaign posters already, and the Greens are just waiting for Labour's progressive voters to jump ship. This isn't a rebellion, it's a reckoning. So what's it going to be, Keir? Are you going to listen to your party, to the disabled people begging you not to pull the rug out from under them, to the charities screaming that these cuts will push around 700,000 households into poverty? Or are you going to play the tough guy, tell everyone it's for the moral and economic good and hope you can bluff your way through? Because let me tell you, mate, the last guy who tried that was called George Osborne, and he didn't exactly retire to a hero's welcome. Here's a thought, maybe just maybe instead of slashing benefits to fund your Ukraine vanity project or the imaginary £22 billion black hole which you made up, you could try taxing the super rich, you know, those billionaires who treat the UK like their personal piggy bank. Or how about closing some of those corporate tax loopholes that let multinationals waltz away with billions while disabled people are told to tighten their belts? Just a suggestion, you know. It's radical, but might just save his bacon. In the meantime, the clock's ticking, the vote's coming next month, and 140 MPs are sharpening their pitchforks. Will Starmer back down, or will this be the moment his government starts to unravel? One thing's for sure, if he thinks he can ignore this revolt and carry on like nothing's happened, he's in for a rude awakening, because when your own party is ready to throw you to the wolves, no amount of knighthoods or fancy speeches is going to save you. This time he's got the guts to face the music, or if he's about to conduct his own political funeral. I'm Paz49, thanks for watching, and until the next time, have a great weekend, and Roger Trout.